So today we are going to discuss about sorting algorithms. Arranging data in either ascending order or descending order is called sorting. So here we have a set of data. Either it will be some numbers or some integers or some list of names. If we arrange those data in either increasing order or in decreasing order, we can say that process as sorting. So various sorting techniques are there: bubble sort, selection sort, insertion sort, quick sort, merge sort, heap sort, radix sort. Some other techniques are also there. So anyway, we have to study two things: bubble sort and selection sort. So we already studied about array. So suppose I am sorting some integer values. So that values will be stored in array. So this will be the input given to the algorithm, input given to the sorting algorithm. So if you look at the array, it is in unsorted form. So after applying sorting algorithm, this array becomes 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. This array becomes, now it is in ascending order. So this is, so converting that unsorted list to a sorted list or unsorted array to sorted array can be considered as a sorting algorithm. So next is sort to pass. It's an important point. The process of sorting requires traversing the given list many times. So traversing means we have to visit all these cells, or we have to read all these cells, or we have to access all these cells many times. These traversal may be on the whole list or a part of it depending on the algorithm. This procedure of sequentially traversing the list or a part of it is called a pass. Each pass can be considered as a step in sorting, and after the last pass we get the sorted list. So for sorting we have to look into this number multiple times, or we have to read, or we have to access each and every cells and many a times or a number of times. So whenever we visit all these or traverse all these numbers, or when we partially traverse or partially visit some of the numbers, that is called a pass. So in an algorithm there will be a number of passes. So that's the thing you have to understand. There will be number of sorting passes. So after the last pass only we will get the sorted list. We will get the sorted list. I hope you understand some. I hope you got some idea about sorting algorithm and what is the purpose of sorting algorithms. So first one is bubble sort. Bubble sort proceeds by scanning the list and exchanging the adjacent elements if they are out of order with respect to each other. It compares each element with the adjacent element. Adjacent element means nearby element, and swap them if they are not in order. That is ARR of J, that means it is an array, will be compared with ARR of, here it is not I plus 1, here it is actually J plus 1. 1 minute. That is ARR of J will be compared with ARR of J plus 1, and if ARR of J is greater than ARR of J plus 1, then they will be swapped. After first pass, the largest element will be at its proper position in the array n minus 1th position. After second pass, more correction is there. After second pass, the second largest element will be at its proper position in the array, that is n minus 2th position. So it's very simple and very interesting sorting technique. So I will try to explain with the help of an later I will. So in the next slide I will explain with the help of some example. So here you just imagine I have a set of elements. So first I will compare first two elements. If they are out of order means if those two elements are not in ascending order. Here anyway all the algorithms we are sorting only in ascending order. If first two elements are not in ascending order, then we will change it, or then we will exchange it. So next we will check second and third element. If they are out of order, we will exchange it. So that's the meaning. It compares each element with its adjacent element and swaps. Swaps means interchange them if they are not in order. That means if there is an array cell is j, then it will be compared with array cell j plus 1. If array of j, that means first one is greater than second one, then we have to exchange those two elements. Exchange those two elements. So after first pass, the largest element will be at its proper position in the array n minus 1th position. This will be clear when we see the example. So I'm moving to example. Okay. So I have an unsorted list, that is 22, 44, 33, 55 and 11. You just imagine I have stored it in an array A. So in index position 0, 22 will be there. In 1, 44 will be there. In 2, 33 is there. In third index position, 55 will be there. And in fourth index position, 11 will be there. 11 will be there. So first what I do is I will compare this one. 22 and 44. I will compare 22 and 44. So when we consider 22 and 44, it is already in order because it is already in ascending order. Already in ascending order. So there will be no changes. So there will be no changes. So there will be no changes in the array. So first 22 and 44 are compared. There is no changes. Next 44 and 33 will be compared. Next two elements will be compared. Here when we look at 44 and 33, it is out of order. That means when we only consider 44 and 33, it is not in ascending order. So what will we do? We will just interchange these two elements. We will just interchange or swap these two elements. So 33 will come here. 44 will come here. So now the array looks like 22, 33, 44, 55 and 11. Now we compare 44 and 55. 44 and 55. It is in order. It is in order. So there is no change. So there is no change here. Next we will compare 55 and 11. 55 and 11 is out of order. So we will swap it 11 and 55. 11 and 55. Now there is no more elements to compare. No more elements to compare. We reached the end of the list, or we visited the last cell, or we read the last cell. Now what happens? If you look at the array, the largest element is in the last position. The largest element is in the last position. So that means after the first pass, the largest element will be at its proper position in the array, n minus 1th position. Here n means 5. Here n is 5 because we have 5 elements. And since the array is stored from 0, the last element will be in 4. That means it will be in n minus 1. So the largest element is reached at n minus 1. Okay. Any doubt in this first pass? Please respond if it is clear. Please type clear in the chat box. Okay. Next we are going to apply the second pass. That means the same array will go, this array will go, or this elements will go for the second pass. In second pass, what happens is this 55 is already in the correct position. Correct position means in the sorted array 55 it will be at the end. So we will not consider this cell for the further activities or the further actions. We will not consider this cell. So first we will compare 22 and 33. It is already in order. It is already in order. So there is no change. Next we will compare. First we will compare 22 and 33. It is in order. So there will be no change here. Next we will compare 33 and 44. It is already in order. So there will be no change. Next we will go for 44 and 11. 44 and 11, it is out of order, so we will exchange those two elements. We will exchange 44 and 11. So 11 will come here, 44 will come here. So we can stop the second pass because I already told you 54 will not be considered anymore. 55 will not be considered anymore because it is already reached the correct position in the sorted array. Now if you look at that, if you look at this pass to 44, 44 is the second largest element. 44 is the second largest element, and after second pass, 44 reaches the second last position. 44 reaches the second last position or its correct position in the sorted array. So next we will go for the pass 3. 22 and 33 will be compared. It is already in order, so there will be no change. 33 and 11 will be compared. 33 and 11 will be compared. It is out of order, so we will exchange it. So when we exchange it, we will get 22, 11, 33. Here, similar to the earlier case, we will not consider 44 and 55 because it is already sorted. Now we are in the third pass, so third largest element will be in the third last position. So now only two more elements are remaining, so there will be only one comparison, 22 and 11. So 22 and 11 will be compared. So here 22 and 11 will be compared. So this is the last pass and it is out of order. 22 and 11 are out of order. I forgot to include the last line. So anyway, I will write it. 22 and 11 are out of order. It is not in ascending order. So we will swap it or we will exchange it. So here 11 will come. Here 22 will come. Here 33 will be there. 44 and 55. So in the end I will get a sorted array. So this is the working of bubble sort. Any doubt? Is it clear? I'm only getting few responses. Anu Fasmin?
Yes, sir.
So what you understood from bubble sort?
It is used to arrange a set of number in ascending or descending order.
Okay, so how it works?
Mm, By checking each columns and rows.
Not by checking adjacent two elements or adjacent two cells. or by comparing adjacent two cells, if they are out of order, we will exchange it. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Listen carefully before going to the program. So suppose I have two variables, A and B, and A contains 5 and B contains 10. Suppose I want to exchange these values. Suppose I want to exchange these values, or suppose I want to swap these values. That means after executing some steps, 10 will be in A and 5 will be in B. So how can I swap? So first thing come to your mind will be right something like this: A equal to B and B equal to A. But it is absolutely wrong. A equal to A, B means A equal to B means the value of B will be stored in A. Value of B is 10, so 10 will be stored in A. Then B equal to A, the value of A will be stored in B. Now the value of A is 10, so 10 will be stored in 10. So these two, if someone asks to exchange two values or two variables, if you write something like A equal to B and B equal to A, that is wrong. So what we are going to do here is, we are going to introduce one third variable called temporary variable, or temp. You can give any name, x, y, or anything. Listen carefully. So I have A and B. First I will store one of the variable in temp. Temp equal to A. Now what happens? Value of A will be stored in temp. So 5 will be stored in temp. Next what I am doing is, I will perform A equal to B. A equal to B. So what happens? The value of B will be stored in A. Value of B is 10. 10 will be stored in A. Next what I am going to do is, in B I must get 5. But A it is updated to 10. But before updation I have stored that in a temporary variable. So I will write B equal to temp. B equal to temp. So what is temp? Temp contains 5. So that 5 will be stored in B. That 5 will be stored in B. Now the values are exchanged. Now the values are exchanged. So in sorting, I already told you we will swap the values, or we will exchange the values. So for exchanging, we have to execute some similar 3 steps. Similar 3 steps. So any doubt in swapping of two elements? Please respond with a clear message, or if you have any doubt, you can type in the chat box also. Okay. So I introduce this problem because we have to swap two numbers or swap two elements while we are doing the sorting. So sometimes for examination question may be asked, swap two elements without using temporary variable. Without using temporary variable. So I can't use any temporary variable. So what I am going to do is, listen carefully. First I will do A equal to A plus B. So here I want to swap 10 and 5. So in the end 10 will be in B and 5 will be in A. Just imagine like that. After executing some step, I have to store 10 in B and 5 in A. So first what I done is A equal to A plus B. So A becomes 15. Next time what I am doing is B equal to A minus B. B equal to A minus B. What is A here? 15. What is B here? 5. 15 minus 5 is 10. 15 minus 5 is 10. 15, 5. Here earlier A is 10, B is 5. Okay. 15 minus 5 is 10. So in B, so B will get the value 10. Now, A equal to A minus B again. Sorry. 1 minute, give me 1 minute. Earlier it is 10, here it is 5, okay. A is 15, B is 10, A minus B is 5. So that 5 will be stored in A. So initially 10 is in A and 5 is in B. Now 5 is in A and 10 is in B. So here I didn't use any temporary variable. So sometimes a program, some 2 mark or some questions, if it is an offline exam or something like offline exam, there will be 2 mark questions. Sometimes they may ask, write a program to swap 2 numbers without using any temporary variables. Here I didn't use any additional variables. By some arithmetical manipulation, I swapped A and B. Is it clear? Saksham Sedu,
Yes, sir.
any doubt in swapping 2 numbers?
Sir, what if the two numbers are equal?
2 numbers are equal means if it is 5 and 5, 5 and 5 will be in A and B.
Okay.
After this operation, 5 and 5 will be there. So in the end result is no updation. That's it. Okay. Now I am moving to bubble sort. So here in our example, okay. So anyway, I am going to write bubble sort with the help of a function. In the last class, we already studied how to pass a array into the function or how to manipulate an array or how to access or how to read or how to print an array using function. So here I have a function called bubble sort. And it didn't return anything. It only changes the values in the array. And it had 2 arguments, an array and n. So array means a set of elements of same type or homogeneous collection of data. N means number of elements. In sorting, we have number of elements. So always remember, okay. Salas Paul Augustine.
Yes, sir.
So how to declare an integer array? Can you say an example?
Okay, sir. Int mark
Okay,
the
here I
box.
am taking A. Okay, in the A.
Okay, sir.
This is array in the A. Salas Paul Augustine.
Yes, sir. Mm,
So only this much is there to declare
No,
an
sir.
array.
Box. No, sir. Box ഉണ്ടാവും. Box
Okay,
form.
a square bracket will be there. Within that, what will I write?
A number of elements. N.
You can't write n. So I will write some number 100.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Always remember this 100 is size of array.
Okay, sir.
So size of array and number of elements are different. So if I declare A of 100, there will be 100 cells. So when I am applying some sorting algorithm or when I am sorting something, I will only have some 10 elements. That means some 90 cells are unused, or some only we are using some 10 cells. So here this is size and here it is number of elements. Both are different. Both may be same also. But in most of the
Sir.
cases, okay, please ask. What's the doubt?
No doubt, sir. It's clear.
Okay. So then I have to put a semicolon. Okay. So the bubble sort have two inputs, an array and number of elements. Array and number of elements. Here just imagine this is the array A and here number of elements is 5. Number of elements is 5. I have three variables I, j and t. I have a for loop for I equal to 0, semicolon, I less than or equal to n minus 1. Here n minus 1 is 4. So, Sham Santosh,
Yes, sir.
what are the possible values for I?
Uh, 0,
Okay, 0,
1,
1,
2, 3, 4.
2. How it is 4?
4 illa, 3.
3. Okay. 0, 1, 2, 3 are the possible values of I. Okay. Then when I equal to 0, what are the possible values of j? Tanush J, can you hear me? Tanush? Varada?
Yes, sir.
So Varada, when I equal to 0, Varada, when I equal to 0, what are the possible values of j?
I 0,
Okay, 0 is there.
1,
1,
0, 2,
2,
3,
okay, 3, then okay, only up to 0, 1, 2, 3 is there. Okay. So why? Because j equal to 0, j n minus 1, n minus 1 is 4, minus I. Here I is 0. Rather you can mute the mic. So the entire term becomes 4. The entire term becomes 4. So listen carefully. Just look at the term n minus 1. N minus 1 is, n is 5. Already told you n is 5. N is 5. 5 minus 1 is 4. 4 minus I. Here I is 0. So j less than 4. So 0 to 3. 0 to 3 will be the valid values. Srishant J. Shan Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
So Shan, when I is 1, what are the possible values of j?
When I is 1,
1 minute, wait. So when I is 1, what is the value of n minus 1 minus I?
5 minus 1 minus 1,
That is
3.
3. Okay. Then now tell me, what are the possible values of j when I equal to 1?
22, 44, and 33.
I am asking about j values. When I equal to 0,
Oh,
what is the values of j?
J values 1, no, 0,
Okay, 0,
1,
1,
and 2.
2. Okay, good. Rishi Sagar. Rishi Sagar.
Yes. Yes, sir.
When I value is 2, what are the possible values of j?
0,
0,
1.
1. Okay. So similarly, when j value is 3, what will happen is n minus 1. N minus 1 is 4. 4 minus I is 3. That is 1. So the valid j value is only 0. The valid j value is only 0. So if you understand this concept clearly, you can understand this algorithm very easily. Filsa Kareem. Here I have written 3 statements. What will be the purpose of these statements? Similar to these statements, we have already written something. So what is the purpose of these 3 statements? Hilsa, can you hear me? Okay, if you don't know, no problem. Okay. Fida Sahuda,
Yes, sir.
what will be the purpose of these 3 statements?
Perform a task. Perform
Okay, perform a task. What is the task?
exchange, sorting
Okay,
and
enough. For some exchange operation, we have to perform these 3 statements. We have to perform these 3 statements. Okay. So let me take for I equal to 0. I equal to 0, the possible values of j are 0, 1, 2, and 3. So first the j value will be 0. J value will be 0. So this condition is true and these statements will be executed. If a of j greater than a of j plus 1, you just consider this one. A of this will be the j is 0, a of j is 22, a of j plus 1 is 1. That means 0 and 1 will be compared. Index position 0 and 1 will be compared. A of j and a of j plus 1. So if a of j is greater than a of j plus 1. Anyway, here 22 greater than 44 is false. 22 greater than 44 is false. So these operations will not be performed. These operations will not be performed. So next, the iteration will continue for j value 1. J value 1. Again, the comparison will be made. A of j greater than a of j plus 1. So index position 1 and 2 will be compared. 1 and 2 will be compared. This 44 and 33 will be compared. Now a of j means a of 1. A of j plus 1 means 33. 44 is greater than 33. So this condition is true. So this condition is true. So these 3 statements will be executed. These 3 statements will be executed. So I have a temporary variable called t. So it is already declared. T equal to A of j. What is j? J is 1. J is 1. A of j is 44. In first index position 44 is there. So in T we will store 44. So this is T. A of j equal to A of j plus 1. What is A of j plus 1? That is A of 2. A of 2, that there is 33. So this 33 will be stored here. So now 33 is here. Next, A of j plus 1 equal to T. A of j plus 1 is A of 2. A of 2 means 33. In place of this 33, I will store the value of T. The value of T is 44. Here 44 will come. Here 44 will come. So now 33 is here, 44 is here. So what is the purpose of these three statements? To swap A of j and A of j plus 1. I am just writing in a notation to swap A of j and A of j plus 1, or to exchange. Swap. Not sweep, it is swap or exchange. So whenever we execute these three statements, it will swap A of j and A of j plus 1. So again, it will execute for j value 2. So 2 and 3 will be compared. 2 and 3 will be compared. A of j is 44. A of j plus 1 is 55. This condition is false. So swapping will not happen. Again, we will execute for j value 3. J value 3 means, look at this index position. We will go for compare 55 and 11. J and j plus 1. 55 and 11. It is out of order. 55 is greater than 11. 55 is greater than 11. So we will perform swap. So this 55 and 11 will be swapped. Then we will get array like this. Now we executed all the possible j values when I equal to 0. Next what happens? I will becomes 1. I will becomes 1. We will execute for j values 0, 1 and 2. Now j value is 0. J value is 0. So when I complete these things, I will say pass 1 is completed. Pass 1 is completed. Similarly, next I have to execute pass 2. So j value is 0. A of j greater than A of j plus 1. 22 greater than 33 is false. So there will be no swap. Next. J value will be 1. A of j is A of 1 greater than A of j plus 1. A of 1 and 2 will be compared. (33) greater than 44 is false. So there is no swapping will happen. Next, j value 2. 2 is 44. 2 plus 1 is 11. 44 and 11. 44 greater than 11. So this condition is true. So these three statements are executed. So this 44 and 11 will be swapped. 44 and 11 will be swapped. In the end I will get 11 and 44 here. So second pass is also completed. Similarly, we will execute pass 3 and pass 4. In the end I will get a result like 22. I will get a result in sorted order. 11, 22, 33, 44, 55. Anybody have any doubt? Please ask. Okay. So next we will see the entire program. We will only return the function here. We didn't call the function. We didn't pass the value. We didn't even read the arrays. So next we will see the program. Okay. So I already written the program. So if you notice, this is the function, bubble sort. Function, bubble sort. So this the function means to perform a specific task. Sorry, this is not this. This is the bubble sort. So the purpose of this program is to perform a specific task. The specific task is to sort the array. Here I am applying bubble sort. So that is written in an algorithm. Oh, sorry, written in a function. Written in a function. So I have another function also. Void display int a comma int n. This one we already studied. To display the content of array. So what's the purpose of this function? To print array. Print the content of array. So we already discussed about the display function. Next I have the main function. So I'm making some changes in the main function. I have an array A, some size 100. Next I will write printf enter number of elements, semicolon. Some scanf will be there, scanf percentage %d, comma, ampersand n. So the number of elements will be stored in n. So I have to declare n also. Debug.
Yes, sir.
So here I am going to read n elements. N elements and storing it in array. So what will be the statement I am going to write next?
Uh, for
Okay, 4, very good. 4,
for I
I
for I is equal to 0.
equal to 0. Okay,
I
I.
greater than or less than or is equal to n minus 1.
Okay, writing less than n. What you said is
Okay.
also correct. Okay, then.
I plus plus.
Okay, then. Okay, for loop is written. Then what will I write? Next statement, what will I write?
Next statement. For
Okay, you can mute the mic. Al- Alex, Alex, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
So what will be the next statement?
Function program.
No, we didn't even read the array. After reading the array only, I will call the function. So the first program, when we studied array, we studied on program, how to read an array and how to display an array. So here I am just implementing the reading part. So what will be the next statement?
Printf.
Printf is for printing. I am reading. So which
Scanf.
function I will? Okay, scanf. Inside that, what will I write?
%d.
Okay, percentage %d, comma,
A of I.
not a of I, ampersand a of I. Okay. Okay, this will read n elements to the array. Array is 100, but we will enter some 5 or 6 values. Okay. So now the content is there. Next, I have to call the function. So how to call the function? Acknell Jose. Acknell, how to call the function? I have to call this function bubble sort. How to call the function? This function bubble sort. How to call it?
Sir, again for loop.
What's the purpose of for loop?
No, sir.
So calling function means mention the function name. My function name is bubble
Yes, sir.
sort. Here, if you look at that, I have to pass two parameters. First, I have to pass two parameters. First one is an array. So that array, here also it is A. So A comma, next is N.
In when?
Just N. N means size of the array. Here also it is N. So it is N. So now the control will go here and perform these activities, perform this action. So the array will get sorted. Array will get sorted. So internally it is sorted, but the user didn't see the output, or user didn't see the result. So for visualizing the result, or for to display the result, I am calling the function display. Display. There also display also contain two parameters, array and n. So here it is array is a, n is number of elements is n. So I am passing a comma n. A comma n. So if you just coming back to display function, if you look at this for loop and this printf statement, it is same as printing an array. It is same as printing an array. That we already discussed. So let me execute the program. Some error is there because I is not declared here. So I am declaring I. So I am giving the same input. And number of elements will be 5. So I am entering, sorry, one more statement I have to include. Here before scanf I have to include printf enter %d elements comma n. So it will print enter some 5 elements. So here I am giving 5. So enter 5 elements 22, 44, 33, 55 and 11. So this is the output 11, 22, 33, 44 and 55. So the input is 22, 44, 33, 55 and 11. It is unsorted or it is not in ascending order. Now we got the output in ascending order. So any doubt in this function? Any doubt in this problem? Here I am
Sir,
using. Okay, ask.
Sir, in place of 100, if we write n, then will the program run?
Oh, what happened in the place of?
100, if we write n.
Okay, you are saying. Okay, just. Okay, you are saying like this. A of n.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I think Shashikant asked the doubt. So what's your name?
Section said.
Okay, Sakshan Sedu. So what is the first statement which is going to be executed in this program?
Enter a number of elements.
First statement. Before that I have one statement, 29th statement. This 29th statement will be the first statement it is going to be executed.
Yes, sir.
So what happens when I execute the first statement? N will be declared, I will be declared, that always already you know. Some space will be allocated for N, some space will be allocated for I, and some space must be allocated for A of N. So what is A of N? What is the value of N there?
So we cannot, so we have to declare that first.
That's why in the previous class I told you, we have to declare the size. We have to mention the size of the array initially.
Oh, okay, sir.
Okay. So in this session, we are going to see about selection sort. So it's a very simple sort. In selection sort, we find the smallest number and put it in the first place, and then find the second smallest element and put it in the second place, and so on. This is a simple technique on which selection sort is based. It is named so because in each pass, it selects the smallest element and keeps it in its exact place. Suppose we have n elements sorted in an array ARR. First, we will search for the smallest element from ARR 0 to ARR n minus 1 and exchange it with ARR of 0. ARR of 0 means the first element. So when we are arranging an array in sorted form, the first cell always contains the smallest number. This will place the smallest element of our list at 0 position of array. Now we will search smallest element from remaining elements ARR of 1 to ARR of n minus 1 and exchange it with not ARR of 0, it is ARR of 1. Exchange it with ARR of 1. This process continues till the whole array is sorted. So selection sort means first we will select the smallest element from the array and put it in the first position. Next is we will doesn't consider the first position anymore. From the remaining positions, we will select the smallest element, put it in the second position. In the next step, we will not consider first position and second position. From the remaining positions, we will find the smallest element and put it in the third position. And this process will continue. In the end, we will get the sorted array. Is it clear? Is the concept of selection sort clear? If it is clear, please respond with a clear message. So this is the example. This is the input array. The smallest element is 11. So put it in first position. Now we will take the smallest element from this portion of the array. It is 22. Put it in the second position. Now from these three, we have to find the minimum element. It is 33. Put it in the correct position. That means it will be in the earlier position itself. Then we have to look for 55 and 44. 44 is the smallest. Put it in the correct position. And 55, only one element, it is the minimum. So put it in the correct position. So this is the example. Sorry, 1 minute. Okay. Similar to bubble sort, here also I am writing selection sort with the help of a function. A is the array, n is the number of elements. So A is this array, n is 5. N is 5. Again, here I have some I values. Gautam S. Krishna.
Yes, sir.
What are the possible I values?
0,
0,
1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3,
The
4.
3, 3, 3, 3. 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Okay. Very good. Srishant J. I think Srishant J has some problem with the microphone. You are the only person I didn't even talk in this class. Okay, no problem. Ankur Jaiswal. Ankur Jaiswal. Can you hear me? Mayank Raj. Mayank Raj.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mayank.
Yes, sir.
When I equal to 0, what are the possible values of j?
Uh,
So here
0
for loop
and
0. That Mayank.
yes, sir.
yes, sir.
What are the possible values of j?
0, 1, 2, 3.
0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, good. We can mute the mic. Okay. Here j equal to I. I is 0. 0 to not 3. 4 is also there. Because j less than n. N is 5. So 0 to 4 will be there. 0 to 4 will be there. Munna, Mishan, PK.
Yes, sir.
What are the possible values of j when I equal to 1?
0, 1.
I equal to 1. So here j equal to I. So what will be the initial value of j?
Initial value 0. Sir, j equal to I, then 1, sir.
1. Okay. Then what are the possible values of 1? ij.
J 1.
Only what are the possible values of j when I equal to 1?
0, 1.
Here I equal to 1. So initial value of j is 1. J less than 5. So what are the possible values of j?
1, 2, 3, 4, sir.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So similarly for when j equal to 2, the possible values are 1, 2, 3. And when I equal to 3, the possible values are 1 and 2.
No, sir. It will be 2, 3, 4, and 3, 4.
Okay, sorry. Thank you. So it will be 2, 3 and 4. This will be 3 and 4. Is it correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So now we just consider this for loop. Just closely examine this for loop. I have a variable called min. I have a variable called min. So just consider I is 0. Just consider I is 0. So min equal to I. So min is also 0. For j equal to I, j less than n. I is 0. N is 5. So it will execute for 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So for j values 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, it will execute these things. A of min is consider this one A of min. Min is 0. A of 0 is greater than A of j. J is also 0. 22 greater than 22. Anyway, it is false. So these two statements will not execute. Listen carefully. A of min is 0. A of j is also 0. So 22 greater than 22 is false. So this statement will not execute. Then we will go for the next value of j. A of min. Min is 0. Min is 0. A of 0 is 22. A of j is 1. That is 44. 22 greater than 44. 22 greater than 44 is false. So this statement will not execute. Next j value is 2. A of min. A of 0. 22 greater than j is 2. 33. that is also false. So it will not execute. It will not execute these two statements. Then j equal to 3. A of min. A of min is A of 0. 22 greater than 22 greater than A of 3. Sorry, A of 3. 23 greater than 55 is false. So it will not execute. Then j equal to 4. Now min equal to 0. 0 means in 0th position 22 is there. A of min is 22. 22 greater than A of j. A of j is 11. So 22 greater than 11. It is true. Min equal to j. What is j? J equal to 4. J equal to 4. So min get the value 4. So this purpose of this for loop is to find the position of minimum, position of minimum position of minimum element or smallest element from I to n. I to n minus 1. So I will explain again. So here I is 0. So the j values are 0 to 4. So it will find the position of minimum element among these index positions. From 0 to 4, it will find the position of minimum element. Here minimum element is 11 and its position is 4. So next what happens? So now min is 4. The swap operation will happen. With whom? With I and min. I is 0. 0 and minimum element, the swap will happen. So 11 will come in 0th position and 22 will go in the last position. 22 will go in the last position. Next what happens? It will execute for I equal to 1. So when I equal to 1, it will find minimum element among 1, 2, 3 and 4. Minimum element among the index position 1, 2, 3 and 4. That means from these 4 elements, it will find the minimum element. That is 22. That will be swapped with the second position. So you just understand this for loop. That is the only portion you have to understand in this example. These portion will find position of minimum element. That means min contains position of minimum element from I to n minus 1. When I equal to 0, it will find minimum element from 0 to 4. When I equal to 1, it will find position of minimum element from 1 to 4. Then the swapping will happen. Is it clear? Any doubt? So this is selection sort. Same algorithm. Same function is written in the program also. Similar to earlier one, there is a display function. So I had to change the main function. So instead of bubble sort, I have to call selection sort. So there's a function for selection sort. There's a function for display. Then there's a main function in which we read the array. This much portion is to read the array. Then I call the function selection sort a comma n. So sorting will happen. After that I have to display the array. For that I am calling display function. So same functions I am giving, same elements I am giving, 5, 22, 44, 33, 55 and 11. So in the end I got the sorted list. In the end I got the sorted list. So you have to study these two algorithms very clearly, and my suggestion is just try to write the program in a notebook and try to understand the execution. Just give an example which contain only some 4 elements. That is enough to understand these things. And try to find the various values of I, j, min, and study the or understand the proper working of the selection sort.